Hey guys, Chef Wu Can here. Today is Friday. It's a dingy, rainy, windy, cool day tonight. Everybody had a full week. I'm sure you guys are pretty tired. And I just wanted to let you know that, sometimes we have leftovers and we don't really know exactly what we can do with it, right? So today I had ordered General Tso's shrimp from my buddy. And we had some leftover shrimp remaining. So I decided to do another famous dish with leftovers. And basically it's called mayonnaise shrimp with pecans, okay? Around a circle of beautiful broccoli. And the two main ingredients are mayonnaise and condensed milk. The ratio is about 2 to 1. 2 scoops of mayo to 1 scoop of condensed milk. That creamy combination works well together. And today we're going to introduce you to our new air fryer. I never used it before, but I hear so much about it, and now the food manufacturers are gearing their foods to be more compatible with an air fryer. Frying the way we used to know it, which I used to do, it requires a lot of oil, and then obviously canola oil, corn oil, vegetable oil has been proven to be bad for us. So why not use an air fryer? So the distinction is that you just have to use a little bit of oil, but since these shrimp have already been coated with a nice coating on it, it's been deep fried, so you have the oil in itself in the batter. So basically it's just going to bring out the crispness in the shrimp. So I'll be air frying the shrimp, and then all we're going to do is just make the mayo condensed milk combination, and then we'll add it to the pan, throw in the shrimp, then add the pecans afterwards. And that's it. 1, 2, 3, and you created another dish. Okay? So I'm going to heat up the shrimp right now. I'm going to press air fry it, and basically we're going to go with maybe 300 for about 3 minutes. Now the air fryer is basically a shot in the dark, because even though they may give you a guide and tell you exactly what range to use and how much time to put it on, it's not always exactly perfect. So you just have to test it, and thank goodness you can press pause and check on it, and all we want to do is just bring back the crispness. Okay, all right, so here we're going to do the mayo sauce. We have Duke's mayo, so we're going to use about 2 tablespoons because we don't really have that much shrimp. And then 1 tablespoon of condensed milk. The condensed milk is the sweetened version. Okay? So if you didn't want to buy anything and you had some leftover Chinese food and you had some fried shrimp already, this would be a better way to do it. And even if you bought fried shrimp in the store, you can use it this way also, right? We'll mix it up. Now this is usually prepared for special occasions, parties, family get-togethers. And we'll use Walmart Great Value pecans. Now, the traditional way is to have it candied. In other words, put it in a sugar solution with water and sugar, let it evaporate until you get a lot of the sauce. They add the pecans, then toss it around a little bit, then put it in the toaster oven and let it dry out for a little bit so that the sweetness is absorbed by the pecans. But, we're trying to be a little bit more health conscious, so we're just going to use regular pecans. And when you mix it with the sauce, it's just as good. Okay? So this is ready. Right? here's the leftover broccoli. And in less than 5 minutes, once that shrimp is done, it's on 32 seconds, we're going to combine it all together. And I want to wish you a cheers on a Friday. Hope we have a better weekend. I hope it's not drenched. Okay. I mean, in Maryland, we did get flooding on the eastern shore, but we're more inland, so we just got more gale winds and some rain all day. All right. There it goes. It's over. Let's take a look at it. Pause it. Take a look. Whoops. It would be nice if I added the shrimp to the air fryer. Sorry about that. So it's going to be a toss 1, 2, 3. In terms of how much pecans you're going to use, well, it depends on how much you love pecans. When you have a dish like this, you want to have a lot of crunch. So although shrimp will be crunchy, you want added crunch with the pecans to it. And I could actually add some pecans. The air fryer is so new to me. I don't realize how many things I can use with the air fryer. So, you know, that's kind of a new thing for me. It's my little toy. But it's the 2-to-1 ratio mayo to condensed milk. You can put the condensed milk in a little container, put it in the refrigerator. Right? You could have it with your coffee. Alright, so we could add a little salt to it, and maybe a little white pepper. Salt, some white pepper. With Chef Wu Can, anything's possible. Remember, Chef Wu Can, you can too. So if I can do it, you can do it. And I'm making these videos so it's kind of short, so I know everybody has lots of things to do. One of my comments was, can I make it shorter? So I'm listening to you guys, and so I'm trying to get them down really short, and I hope you'll enjoy it. Now, in terms of how we we'll just add a little oil to the pan as it gets hot. Then we'll add the sauce. 1, 2, 3. Let it get a little warm. Then we'll add the shrimp that's already hot, and then we'll be done. "18 seconds. Hold on 1 second. Okay, so we have the shrimp and the pecans warm and crunchy. Now, we're going to put it together. And it's like 1, 2, 3. We'll put the flame on. We'll wait until the small wok gets a little bit warm. This is a non-stick wok with Teflon, made by Teflon. We'll add a little oil, just a little bit. Now, we don't want to cook the mixture entirely. We just want to get it warm. But sometimes it gets ahead of us, so we just have to be really quick when we do this. Okay. So we'll saute it a little bit. We don't want it to stick to the pan. Now remember, the ratio is 2 to 1. 2 tablespoons of mayo and 1 tablespoon of condensed milk. Now saute it, 1, 2, 3. Make sure it's coated real quick. 1, 2, 3. Okay, it's all coated. Done. We'll pour it into the pan. Here you have it. We'll add the pecans. And so there you have it. Mayo shrimp with pecans and broccoli. It looks delicious, right? Well, as I always know, once you make it, you gotta taste it. All right, so let's taste it. All right, we'll take a piece. Delicious. With a piece of pecan. Mmm. Mmm. Piece of broccoli. Delicious. Mayo shrimp with pecans. Delicious. So, if you like how I made it so quickly, using leftover takeout, and rather than keep it as General Tso's chicken again, just by adding the General Tso sauce, I decided to make the mayo chicken, mayo shrimp with pecans. It's delicious. Now, obviously you're going to get a couple more pieces of shrimp, but in the stores, they'll charge you $16. Now, shrimp, the price of seafood's so high. You can do this yourself. You could buy a whole package of Costco shrimp, take a portion, section it off, maybe use a pound, depending on how many you're going to feed. 4 people, a pound of shrimp would be good. And do the same thing, and you saved $32 to get 2 orders for a party of 4. So trying to help you save money here. And oh yeah, my t-shirt, rules to dating my daughter. You can't. So was that an embarrassment for my daughter? Yeah, but you know, she's my only girl. I got to be a little bit more protective, right? Anyway, if you want to see more of my YouTubes, just subscribe. By subscribing, you basically will be notified of any future YouTube video that I make. And give me a thumbs up and give me a comment. Let me know how you feel. Okay? Stay tuned. I have a website, chefwucan.com. I have an Etsy site, chefwucancollection.etsy.com, all together. And I have a bunch of condiments that you might be interested in. Pure vanilla Madagascar vanilla bean extract. Sesame honey, cinnamon honey condiment. You never know. And I have a crunchy garlic chili oil relish. And I'll be making biscotti, so you can dip in your morning coffee. So I'll be working on that this weekend. And I'll be doing pecan pralines too. And as you could tell, Chef Wu doesn't skimp on being frugal. You know, I want to treat my family the best. I give them whole pecans, whole cashews, you know, biscotti. I pack it with as much good flavor I can give it, you know, in terms of flavor. So I don't go, you know, I'm not very frugal on giving the best to my family. So you could be rest assured that when you get it, as my customers, I always will treat you the best, and I will never skimp on any of the ingredients, okay? I know many people will take pecans or crush it so it goes longer and further. I'll use the whole pecans. The cashew brittle, I'll use the whole cashew, you know? And so with me, you'll get the best because you guys are number one to me, and I really appreciate it. So thank you very much, and, you know, subscribe. Be great, you know? You'll have a lot of fun. I got a lot of videos, all right? Obviously, I'm the production crew, so obviously, you know, a lot of things I got to do myself. And, but I think that I'm pretty down to earth, and I try to keep it short, all right? So I'll keep it short now. All right, so thanks, Scott. Aloha. Take care. I'll talk to you. Bye-bye. Hey, guys. Chef Wu Can here. How are you today on a Friday? Today, I'm going to introduce you to some of the new creations that the food manufacturers overseas has done to a lot of products that they're making it very accessible for us to buy. And it's pretty interesting. One of the ingredients, and today we're going to be making chicken lemongrass. The main ingredient is lemongrass. Well, typically you would buy the real lemongrass stalks in an Asian market, which there are plenty of, but that's only for Asian markets. What about, you know, mainstream USA supermarkets, or maybe just regular Asian markets in, you know, huge concentrations of where Asian people live, you know, to make it more accessible? Well, instead of using the true lemongrass stalks, they dehydrate it, grind it up, and now you have lemongrass powder. And you still get the flavor of citrusy lemon flavor, and no hassles. You don't have to prepare it, you don't have to cut it, you don't have to do whatever you have to do to cook with it. I mean, it's a no-brainer. Buy this, and you can make any type of lemongrass dish that you want. Whether it's chicken on a skewer that's been marinated in lemongrass, fish sauce and brown sugar, or if it's been sliced with sliced beef, lemongrass, fish sauce, and brown sugar, this is delicious. That combination of citrusy with the sweetness of the brown sugar and the saltiness of the fish sauce makes for a perfect combination, especially when it's grilled over a bowl of rice, okay? Today, we're going to make lemongrass chicken. What I've used is dark meat. I feel dark meat is more tender. It's not as tough as breast, and by the time you add all the ingredients into it, you're not going to get any gamey taste to it. So for those that are a little weary of dark meat, let me tell you, I guarantee you that you're not going to taste any gaminess, okay? The fish sauce is very salty, the brown sugar is very sweet, and the lemongrass offsets the tartness. All right, so I guarantee it, trust me, all right? So what we have here is 2 pieces of chicken thighs that have been cut up in small pieces, and I try to make them in uniform pieces to cook evenly. And I marinated it with some soy sauce, some garlic powder, some Shaoxing wine, and some cornstarch. And I let it naturally marinate in the refrigerator. This is the best way to marinate. Obviously, there are other ways, but I want to show you that way. And so how did I marinate it? I used about 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of Shaoxing wine, maybe half a teaspoon of garlic powder, basically white pepper, I used about half a teaspoon, and as far as cornstarch, I used about 1 teaspoon. And I marinated it all together. I put it in the refrigerator, covered it and put it in the refrigerator, and let it sit there for, you can leave it for 20 minutes up to a day. All right, so here it is, all marinated. All right, so what we're going to do here is, it's pretty easy. Cook the chicken, add the lemongrass, add the brown sugar, add the fish sauce, and a little oil. Saute it, plate it, and it's done in less than 5 minutes, okay? So we're heating up the pot, and please watch me. heat up the pot first before you add the oil. That's the general consensus of the procedure in terms of how you get the best heat possible, is to heat up the wok. This is a non-stick pan, so I have it on basically medium. If you had a high carbon steel wok, you can use it as high as you want. It's not going to make anything, make any kind of coating wear off. But with the non-stick, even though this is Teflon, you still want to work with a medium heat. Okay, water's evaporating. So what are we going to do in terms of how much? Well, since we have garlic powder in it, and maybe a lot of people don't have accessibility to garlic, we have garlic powder, which I put in the marinade, okay? So we're going to add some oil, about 2 tablespoons. Let it heat up. All right, now we're going to add the chicken. And we'll constantly stir fry it. Now, stock meat will take a little longer than breast meat, but it's well worth the wait. We'll add a little Shaoxing wine. So I thought that having the freeze-dried lemongrass wouldn't be as good as natural lemongrass stalks, but you know what? It was. It was pretty damn close. And all you're basically doing is open the lid and just pour it on. Now, we'll add a little water. Okay. Now you can see the color. It's sort of like a pale brownish color. And maybe to some it may not look as appetizing, but we're going to enhance it and give it a nice caramel color by using Vietnamese dark soy sauce. So although it says soy sauce, it's really more for a coloring agent, caramel coloring. That's the intent. You're not going to get much of a flavor from a soy sauce, even though it says dark soy sauce. And I always go with Vietnamese because he's a reputable name in terms of sauces and condiments. There's thousands and thousands of different types of dark soy sauce. I haven't tried a lot of them. There's so many. I tried Vietnamese and I'm very happy with it. Okay, so chicken's cooking. So let's add some lemongrass. I would say maybe a tablespoon. Even when you pour it, you can smell it. All right. Then let's add a little brown sugar, and we'll add about a tablespoon to that. Maybe a tablespoon and a half. Then, in terms of fish sauce, maybe we'll add a tablespoon and a half. Basically the same amount that we add for brown sugar. Okay? And let's saute it. Let's see what we get here. Alright. So you can smell the fish sauce, the sugar, and the lemongrass all together. Now, fish sauce is highly salty, a pungent salty flavor. So unless you've had it in Thai cuisine or Vietnamese cuisine, you may not be used to it, so you probably can use soy sauce. The key ingredient here is the lemongrass, so it may change the flavor a little bit, but not much. Okay? And then we'll add a little bit of dark soy sauce. We want to give it a little color. So you see that the chicken is turning, the gravy is giving a little gray color. You may want a lot of sauce, you may want a little sauce. You just have to judge it. If you don't want to use any sauce, you don't have to put any water in it. But I like to have a little flavor. My family is from the South. We're used to having, sauce with our rice. We'll taste the piece. Just to make sure it's done. And by doing that, that will guarantee that the flavor is just perfect too. Delicious. Okay, so we're going to plate it now. So we'll add a little bit of cilantro. And here you go. Lemongrass chicken. Quick and easy. Delicious. Now, as you know, with all my videos, the video wouldn't be a video unless I tried it. So here is a piece of the chicken. I tasted it already just to make sure it's done, but I want to show you guys. Delicious. Perfect. No gaminess. Lemongrass chicken. Simple and easy. You can do this with beef. You can do this with the shrimp and pork. All right, so just make sure the key here is uniformity cut. If you're going to cut it thin, or everything else has to be cut thin. If you're going to cut it thick, you can cut it thick. Everything else has to be thick. So really to create even cooking. All right, that's what you want in stir fry. Now, if you like the video and you want to see more, just subscribe. There's that button there in front of you. Just press it and you'll be notified of all future YouTube videos that I make. and give a comment. And if you like it, give me a thumbs up. All right. My way is straightforward. I've been trying to be more specific in terms of measurements, because I've heard some people say you got to give measurements, and I have. But when you're a cook, to me, it's based on taste. So eventually, I want you guys to learn that it's not always the measurements. It's more of how things taste that counts. All right. You can follow a recipe and it tastes terrible. These days, all these chefs that are on TV, they're telling you, give you all these recipes, you try it, but you know what? They don't really think you're going to try it. But my wife tried one. She followed it to the T, and it tastes terrible. So that's proof in itself that, you know, measurements aren't always the right way. It's a matter of just catering to the public in terms of selling. But I base it on taste, right? So, but I'm slowly pretty much acclimating myself to measure the measurements in my head to let you know, okay? So I hope I did a good job. And if you want to see more, please subscribe again. My website is chefwucan.com. And my Etsy website is chefwucancollection.etsy.com. Chef Wucan's all together, no spaces. And I have a number of condiments, sesame honey, cinnamon honey, chili garlic, crunchy chili garlic, chili oil paste, relish. I have Madagascar vanilla extract, vanilla bean extract, pure vanilla bean. And that, the beauty of that is, once you finish it, you can add more alcohol and you can create more vanilla extract. Right? But you would have to have patience, because it's not going to happen overnight. But you have that ability, because in each of the vanilla jars, you'll have the actual vanilla bean there. All right? And I'll be doing a biscotti to offer to you guys so that you can have it for breakfast with your coffee. And pecan pralines. And you need to know that when I'm cooking here, I try to use the best ingredients. I'm not going to cheat you, right? It may cost a little bit more, but you know what? Your family is well worth it. The manufacturers have no idea of who you're making it for, so they just want to make it taste good, so they may add a lot of oil, they may add a lot of salt, a lot of sugar, and God knows what other ingredients to enhance the flavor. And they just want you to come back for more. But my view is that your family, you should eat the best. And that's my whole philosophy there. So I may not use as much sauce. You may think I'm using too much sauce, but you're able to control the amount of sauce that you want. All right, so if Chef can, you can too. So if I can do it, you can do it. Believe me. All right, so adios, aloha. See you soon. Bye-bye.